Tell me about yourself and the BioTool project.
I'm Luciano Potena, and I'm the director of the Heart Failure and Transplant Unit in Bologna, of the Bologna Academic Hospital, and I'm the coordinator of the BioTool project. The BioTool project is a wide and complex project that has been funded by an Horizon grant program, and the main scope of the project is to develop an algorithm that is based on clinical data and biomarkers that can guide clinicians in the management of patients with heart failure. And in particular, the goal is to aid clinicians in recognize congestion and to manage more appropriately the congestion, which is the main clinical feature of patients with chronic heart failure. The target population of the project are patients with the reduced ejection fraction heart failure and with preserved ejection fraction heart failure. So the plan is to start from a retrospective developing phase in which we assay the biomarkers. We reuse biobank and the clinical data of a cohort of patients that was previously enrolled in another European funded project, and by this data we are going to develop the algorithm. The algorithm will be embedded in a software, and this software will undergo the certification procedure to obtain the CE mark, and then this would allow us to use the software in a prospective randomized clinical study in which patients will be randomized to be followed according to the algorithm or according to the standard clinical practice. In parallel, we aim also to develop a point-of-care device that can assay the cytokines and the biomarkers that will be included in the algorithm, so that ideally the ideal exploitation and final results, if we prove that our algorithm is going to work, we can have a packet of decision-making tool plus point of care that could allow anyone in any outpatient clinic remotely from a university center to assess precisely and personalized the level of congestion of the patients in order to better manage the patient. And this can be ideally also something that could be done also remotely in the future.
How did you learn about ECRIN and its services?
I knew about ECRIN thanks to the project coordinators of my grant office. So when we decided to run for this enterprise, we started, of course, to work with the support of the grant office of my hospital, and in the process of identifying the most suitable partner, ECRIN was on the list of the partner that could do a CRO or that can support this kind of projects.
Could you tell me about the working relationship setting up the different elements of the project?
The project is at very early stage, so I cannot say that I have a real working experience on the field with your organization, so we'll see. My impression is good. There is a lot of goodwill to collaborate and to work well together. When we started and we also had a few meetings, preparatory meeting while we were working and writing the project. The drafting of this kind of projects is very complex and is very lengthy. You need to really work well as a team to put all the pieces together. So I've been involved as a partner in other projects where the CRO was not part of the project since the beginning, but was included at a second stage as a contractor or as a third party, but not as a proper partner. And I see I can sense the difference, no? Because in particular for the parts that needs to be completed and for the deliverables that are specific to the clinical study monitoring and clinical study data analysis and all this part of things, although the data analysis is not on you, but I mean, the data, how they are collected and the quality, how they are connected is part of your job. I think that having you on board as a partner makes a difference rather than having you as a third party.
Are there any lessons learned that you would like to share with other investigators?
The CRO on a European basis is something that is very expensive. And I think that if there is the opportunity to engage with a CRO as a partner, it's much better because it supports the building of a mutual trust relationship. And this kind of projects that are driven by the non-profit scope, and they are driven for investigating things that not necessarily have a commercial impact. I think that is important to have this partner vibe or this partner kind of relationship.